Hey YouTube, so as I'm sure you are aware, Halo Infinite, the first test flight is out now, and I just wanted to give my thoughts on it. Unfortunately, this is very unfortunate, man. We're on day 2 of the flight, and I haven't received a code. I have the biggest FOMO that I've had in literally my whole life right now, but what can you do? I only have myself to blame. I didn't sign up for the insider program until a day before the flight. I just felt that I might get some FOMO, and unfortunately I did miss out. So I thought that I was an insider. I'd been answering like Halo 5 questions through email for years, but obviously it didn't transfer over and I needed to do some special things. Anyway, so Halo Infinite is out. Everyone's loving it. Everyone's streaming it. My FOMO levels are incredibly high. What do I think of the game straight up? Without hands-on, it looks really good. It looks clean. The mechanics look good. Watching players like Bound already start to do some really nice and slick movement with combining slides and jumps, obviously, and sprint and blah, blah, blah. And the way that the guns all work, it all looks really good to me. I think people that are instantly coming at it with negativity are definitely looking at it from the wrong point of view. I think that we have a really good mesh of old and new here. And there's an opportunity for it to be something special. There's obviously a lot of big streamers playing it as well, so it's starting to get an audience. It's really great to see all these Twitch streamers that have been grinding out H5 and MCC the last couple of years really start to pop up with like bigger numbers, 1,000 viewers, 2,000 viewers. I haven't seen that on Halo ever. Literally, I don't think I've ever seen that in Halo. So that is fantastic to see. I love that. But back to the game, yeah, movement looks slick. The AR looks reasonable. The pistol, obviously not the pistol that we're used to with H5, which sucks for me. I really like the H5 pistol, and I would have loved even just the look of the pistol to stay Halo 5-esque like. Just keep it. I really like the look of that pistol. I think now they've changed the look of the pistol, and it's really generic from my point of view. I would have loved to see the same pistol staying and keep at least that one thing from H5. All the other guns look really good. Apparently everyone's saying the Commando's overpowered. Not shot it, I have no idea, so I can't offer too much insight. The BR, again, I never played H3, so I don't have like a real BR idea. I've got the idea of H5 BR, which I knew was overpowered to start off and then severely underpowered. So the BR looks decent to me from what I've heard. Apparently the movement, obviously with no thrust, strafing is going to be the key and the king. Also, apparently aim assist is really low, so the better you can strafe, the more shots that you're going to make your opponent miss, and obviously the better player you're going to be. So that's my initial thoughts just there with the guns and stuff. The maps, they look okay. Obviously, I don't know the names of the 2 maps. I guess I'll put them up on the video as well as a screenshot of what these players are playing. The first one that was released on day 1 of the test flight didn't look like a competitive map. This second one that's now been released with the harder bots, obviously looking much more competitive like, in my opinion, just with, the elevation differences and the way that the map looks overall. Again, haven't played it, don't know too much. Yeah, so overall, I'm really, really looking forward to getting my hands on it. I'm going to keep checking my waypoint and hope that something comes through soon. I don't know how much longer I can hold this FOMO in my heart. It is destroying me, but no one to blame except myself. So going forward, the other thing that has happened, there's been a lot that has happened. After not a lot for months and months and months, with the info and the influx of information that we've got this last literally 3 days has been insane. There's so much to process. So the thing that we got today was Tashi's HCS update blog, which is what I've personally been waiting for a long time, to know what we're going to be playing on when we compete. Now, this is obviously important if you're going to be a competitor. There's a lot to go over here. The first thing to note is it is going to be on both PC and Xbox, and on both controller and mouse and keyboard across both PC and Xbox. So if you're playing on Xbox, you can use mouse and keyboard or controller. If you're playing on PC, you can use mouse and keyboard or controller. This is obviously going to spark a lot of debate. Personally, I am excited but scared. I'm excited that, obviously coming from Australia, the bigger the pool of competitors, the better. That was something that coming into H5 kind of sucked. I think the biggest tournament I ever played in was 24 teams or something when I was still a complete noob, and It would just be good, now that I know how to play Halo a little bit better, to have a bigger pool, bigger tournaments, more opportunities for upsets, more skill involved in the scene. Now that's the part that excites me. The part that scares me is if this mouse and keyboard is really unbalanced. Obviously, I'm looking at it from a controller player's point of view. Mouse and keyboard people are probably going to look at it from their point of view, where controller has always had more aim assist, and we've seen these arguments happen in Fortnite. We've seen these arguments happen in every game that has ever gone crossplay. But from my knowledge, other than Fortnite, no crossplay games have been competitive and allowed both inputs. So yeah, it's an argument that's just going to continue, and just hopefully it's balanced. Hopefully it's balanced. If they balance it, which no one, if you're a controller player, you're never going to think that mouse and keyboard is balanced. You're always going to use it as an excuse when you're losing to mouse and keyboard players, and vice versa for mouse and keyboard. It's just the way that our brains are, man. When we lose, we look for something to blame. There's always something, unless you're an extreme competitor and you take ownership in your mistakes and whatnot. You're always going to, that's just how you're going to think. So unless you start seeing all of the old pros that play on controller getting dominated by mouse and keyboard, I'm probably going to say they're going to do whatever they need to make it fair. And they really have to. And if it's not, they need to listen to the pros' input, keeping in mind that if they're all on controller, they are going to be biased. They need to be listening to their input to adjust whatever needs to be adjusted. Obviously not to make the controllers the most OP. That's not the goal. The goal is not to make controllers overpowered like mouse and keyboard players say with aim assist. The goal is just to make it balanced. So going to be difficult to do. So that's the whole mouse and keyboard thing. When it comes to console and what we're going to be playing on, Tashi said, I don't know how this is going to work in Australia, but in America, it's going to be, if you're a pro player, and I don't know if pro is labeled as top 8 or top 12, it's whoever I assume makes championship Saturdays and Sundays and whatever in the Halo universe. You're going to be on PC in, championship, in the championship bracket. Everyone else that's playing open bracket is going to be on an Xbox Series X or Xbox One X, whatever the hell the new Xbox is. I can't keep up with the names. So you're going to be on an Xbox Series X, but if you make it into the championship days, you're going to be transitioning to a PC. So that means, okay, well, what is it best for you to practice on? Now, you'd think, okay, if I'm going to be in the open bracket, the first thing for me to do is make sure I can get to the championship bracket. So I'm going to buy and practice on an Xbox Series X, is what you would think in that situation. However, then you have to add into the mix that they've announced you can play on whatever console you want, console or PC online, which means PC obviously is going to have better specs in most situations. I'm not sure if the frame rates will have much of an effect. Apparently the Xbox One X can play on 120 FPS, and I think from what I've heard from streamers, it seems like right now in the current build, they can't really get over 120 FPS on PC. So, but obviously, build-wise, PCs are going to have an advantage. So you would think online, it's going to be in your best interest to play on PC. However, if you're used to playing on PC and then you come up against people in the brackets, open brackets, that are used to playing on console, are you putting yourself at a disadvantage when it matters on LAN if you're coming from the open bracket? But if you're good enough playing on your PC from home and you make it to pro bracket, that's obviously going to reward you. So there's a lot for us to think about as competitors. And it's going to be interesting to, get the feel for what the community thinks, both in Australia and overseas, is the best option. Obviously, if you're looking at pros, they're going to go all PC because they're guaranteed to be playing exclusively on PC. But yeah, people like me that, we're trying, the grinders, people like the grinders like me. What we decide and what the majority of us decide, that's going to be what is interesting to me. So yeah, I'm really happy overall about the game. I'm really happy with what I'm seeing on Twitter and, the way that the community is acting. I hope, and this is the most wishful thinking ever, I don't think it's ever going to happen. I would love to just see the positivity like this move forward and just, trap this feeling in a bottle. Trap this feeling with the excitement and the love and the joy of finally having the game that we've been waiting for for months and literally years now, and just like save it and put it on your shelf, you know, put it on your shelf beside you for when you're gaming this game in 1 year's time and you're getting sick of losing, or like you're losing a mouse and keyboard keys, and just like open that jar and have a little sip of that feeling, and just remember that like we're all in this together, and you know, just have fun with the game, and really looking forward to it. Can't wait to compete. I think I'm gonna suck. I think I'm gonna suck at this game. I just have a feeling, but I'm excited nonetheless. Yeah, so that's my thoughts on Infinite. As soon as I get it, man, I'm gonna show you guys, you know, the skills I got against these goddamn bots, these motherfucking bots, man. I'm gonna slay them, man. I'm gonna slay them. So, thanks for watching. Yeah, that's my first thoughts. And if you got your hands on it, man, enjoy it. Kill those bots. Do whatever you want to do. Just have fun. Have fun. All right, thanks, guys. Enjoy your time on the flight. Enjoy your time on H5 if you haven't got the flight. Just keep that positivity going. Peace out, lads.
I don't give a damn cause I'm on route, coming for the crown, tell me who I gotta run through, I was in the room with the 1-2, did it myself, made it happen cause I want to, people always tell me what they gon' do, I don't sweat about it, I just move like a boss move, man, it's really been long, dude, but I'm here now and there's nowhere they can run to, on a money